Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so we shall start then. Alright. Assalamualaikum and welcome to all viewers and welcome to our fourth webinar from HEART, Health Empowerment and Reform Team. And I'm glad to be a part of this program whereby I volunteered myself actually to be a moderator for tonight because partly because I don't think I'm good enough to be the panel itself. So I think I'm a bit long from the being panelist. So I just volunteer to be a moderator. Okay, I am Dr. Nurul Khairuddin, ONG consultant from KPG Ampang Puteri Specialist and your moderator for the session tonight. And I'm live from my own OT, delivering 10-20 babies and just being delivered a baby boy at 20 hours also. Okay. It is intriguing to me to be a part of this team because I can help, although I'm not directly giving the input, but then I'm part of the team that can help the junior doctors interested in and this is the opportunity for me to give back as to the fraternity. And together with me, as we know, we have Dr. Fatih Ramli, our ONG specialist and ONG UITM lecturer. So for the beginning of an introduction, we want to know more about Dr. Fatih. Can you have a brief introduction about yourself, your academic background, and maybe after that we can start, right?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nurul, for the opening session, and also Assalamualaikum and good night to all of the listener to this webinar series. It's a good opportunity to be part of the team and also part of the panelists. I'm a bit shocked to know that Dr. Nurul volunteered to be moderator. If I know, I can volunteer to be moderator too. Okay. Okay, but whatever it is, I'm still new in this fraternity. But the thing is, I can share whatever the knowledge that I can gain throughout the journey to be part of the specialist and also part of the ONG fraternity. So I am graduated from UCC, University College Cork Island, and after that I had my housemanship training internship there for 1 year, and subsequently I returned back to Malaysia and served as a medical officer in obstetric and gynecology hospital Sultan Ismail, Johor Bahru. So after about 1.5 years there, I applied and also joined UITM as a trainee lecturer, and I registered for the master program, and subsequently Alhamdulillah passed in 2018, and in the same year as well I took my MRCOG part 3 and also passed within the same year. So after the passing the MRCOG, I had my gazettement in Hospital Sungai Buloh, and currently I'm serving UITM Sungai Buloh Hospital Clinical Teaching Center in Sungai Buloh, and also we are waiting for our hospital in Puncak Alam soon next year. Okay, so that's my brief introduction.
Okay, so I believe you have prepared quite a good presentation for us to make the viewers to understand more about the talk tonight. Yeah, and because you are the one who is actually having the opportunity to do both of the exam, the Malaysian system and MRCOG, MMED, MOG, and also the MRCOG. Yeah. Maybe you can, and as a lecturer, you can have more sharing session to help out those people out there. So maybe from your experience, what is the difference in terms of doing MRCOG and also MOG?
Okay. It's a good question, and it was a hustle as well to complete both things together. But I'm glad to complete both together within the same year. So to make things a bit easy, I already have my slide. So I would like to share my slides to all of the listener and also viewer. Wait a second. Okay. I call it as a pre-bed talk. Hopefully, it's not a very serious. So you can share and also can have a good discussion, and all the listener can ask a question, and also we can answer the question as much as we can. Okay, so pre-bed talk should be something that is not serious, and also I hope that after this talk and webinar, you all not living with this kind of the figures or emotion. So some people listen to all the very serious thing, and also this make them very hard to go to sleep. So this is not the main aim of this talk tonight. But the thing is, we have a good sharing session and opening of the window and also opportunity to those who are interested in ONG. So what is the program different? So what are the program different? So I like to start on with the master program. So it's actually in master program is a training program that has been established by the conjoined board. So we do have a specialty subcommittee in obstetric and gynecology, and this conjoined board involve KKM and also involve the university hospital. So at the moment, we have 4 universities that offers masters in ONG, UIA, UKM, and also USM. So the entrance exam, previously the entrance exam, we need to do the special entrance exam by conjoined board. But now, starting this year, it is a good move to have all the exam to be uniform. So the conjoint board and also the KKM all form the committees and also form one special, it's not special exam, it's just uniform entrance exam called MMED. So this has been started this year, and also you need to have a fulfill a criteria of 3 years in medical service before joining the masters. And also, as all know, that a master program is 4 years program. Okay, so in the master program, we have the scholarship that we need to apply to. So before joining or go into the master, so the first step is to apply for the scholarship. So the scholarship can be obtained from KKM by HLP, Hadiah Latihan HLP lah, and also if someone who joined the university, so they can apply for the PLAB. Okay, so the HLP is having their own contracts, and also the master program itself, the total cost is amount up to 350K. With the contract after complete the master, because we take the HLP, so it's a part of the scholarship contract. So you need to serve the government for 7 years. And the requirement is 3 years service. So this includes houseman training. So this is good news. So some people say that, oh, master, you are going to be late to graduate, or you are going to be late to be a specialist. But the thing is, the 3 years program, the 3 years service includes the houseman training. And also, before applying for the HLP, requirement is need to be a permanent post. And there is some thought of talking about non-HLP pathway. At the moment, non-HLP is only open outside program of ONG. So it's not ONG. Yeah, one thing is for foreigners, and also one is at this year, they're starting this year, the non-HLP program is run with the Sunway Medical Center scholarship or some sort of program there. But the thing is that is not include ONG training. So there is other training outside the ONG that can apply or we can apply for. But the thing is, it's not for ONG training. And also for foreigners, yes, they can apply for master program in Malaysia, but the thing is they need to pay themselves. It's self-sponsored. And we do have a parallel pathway, okay, with HLP. There is one JPA already, under KKM already advertised this pathway, parallel pathway with HLP. But the thing is, again, it's not open for the master, it's not open for MRCOG. Okay, so further information for the HLP, now the already version 3.0, I was so shocked, I kata, wow, got 3.0 lah. So, but the thing is, it's a good for us to know everything. All the information regarding the HLP is very complete in this website. So you can just go through to the HLP website. And before you want to apply for the master, again, yes, you need to settle your HLP or your scholarship first. Okay, so the MMED exam, so is the pre-entrance exam. So it's under the Malaysian Examination Council, and also is actually replacing previous entrance exam by different board. So as why I said that it is one of the centralized and also revolution in the entrance exam, by which it become one uniformity, and also it become one platform to go into the master program of any fraternities. So it starts second half in 2019, and also if you pass the exam, so you have the validity of 3 years to apply into the master program. And also if you fail in the exam, there is no limit to take another exam. So again, if you want more on the MMED exam. You just Google up and also you can read everything. The fees is 800 ringgit, and also they run the exam at a certain center. I think about 2 times in a year. Okay, so I just go straight towards the master program, MMED. Okay, as I said before,
Okay,
it's a
here. Sorry, I just have a question here about the
ah,
pre-entrance exam. So
ah,
last time it was by a different conjoined board, right?
yeah, it's a different
Yeah,
conjoined board.
first time. Mhm.
But now is actually they make it in one platform, and also the exam question and all will be the same.
Okay.
Uh,
And last time when we had during it's my time. It was when you had your MRCOG Part One exam. You somehow
you can
you
exempt
are
it, right?
exempted from taking the
Yeah.
exam.
Okay.
So how
And now at this moment, the exemption for master program, sorry, the exemption of the entrance exam is not valid now. They already abolished that rule. So
Oh.
all people who have Part One MRSOG, they cannot get exempted for the entrance exam.
Oh, okay.
So the
Mm-mm.
exemption is actually started during my time, I think in 2014. 2014 was the last year that they accept the Part 1 as the entrance exam. So after
Oh,
that,
okay.
all the candidate need to have the pre-entrance exam.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Okay.
Okay, so just go straight with the master program. So you have a 4 years program. So in campus or out campus, so during the decision to take the master program, so we can choose between it's either you want in campus or out campus. So the in campus program means that the total 4 years will be in campus, means in the university hospital. But those who are taking the out campus, they will have a 2 years training in the KKM facilities, and after that, the second 2 years, the last 2 years will be in the university hospital. Okay, this is the list of the program in master in HUKM. I just got it from the my during this is what I have been gone through in UKM. So all the syllabus will be there. So you got the theory asas and also clinical asas pembangunan profesional. So it's involved in the year 1 and also year 2, and also you do have the all the sub training module and also sub training syllabus, and also you can see here you got the research component. So and also the research component need to be completed in the last year of the before we are taking the final exam in the year 4. So beside that, beside all the syllabus, all the prerequisite in the each year, all the master candidate also need to complete certain courses. So these are the courses that is closely related in the ONG field. So such as NRP, obstetric emergency, GCP for the research, basic and also advanced ultrasound, basic and also plus minus advanced laparoscopy, communication skill, and also all the perineal tear and also colposcopy. So there are a lot of courses that is meant to be compulsory and also meant to be optional. So the exam structure, part 1 is divided into part 1 and also part 2. Part 1 will be in the first year and part 2 will be in the final year, it's fourth year. So in part 1, in master program, you have the SAQ, short answer question, MCQ, OSCE, and also Viva. So they are running the exam separately. It means that the OSCE and also Viva is one block, and also SAQ one block, MCQ also one block. But the thing is, most of the time they will complete the exam within 1 week. So it's going to be a very, very intense exam. So I know that for this year, next week will be their part 1 master exam. So good luck to those who are taking the exam. And also part 2 will be in the final year. So the final year, after the 4th year, after we complete everything in the last semester, semester 8, so this is the time that all the candidates focus into their exam, because they need to complete their research beforehand, and also they can only take the exam once they complete all the research component, and also their logbook, everything need to be completed before they are taking the exam. So the part 2 is another one big hurdle, and also it is a very, very intense exam. So they have components of theory components, and also they have the clinical components. The theory components involve the essays. So 5 obstetrics, 5 gynecological essay, CPC clinical. This is just a short questions, and also they do have the MCQ, and also the clinical component will be the long case and also short case. So all the exam, and also they have the OSCE, and Viva. So the exam was running in the 2 separate time. The clinical exam will be 1 month, roughly about 1 month after the theory exam. So the prerequisite to sit for the clinical exam is you need to pass theory exam first before you are sitting for the clinical exam. So those who fail in the theory exam means that they need to take the exam back again in the next semester. And also those who fail in the clinical exam, they also need to repeat their clinical exam only in the next year. Yes,
Okay.
only.
Talking about
So
exam.
previously, I know that the previous rule was we need to take back again the part 1 and also part 2. But the thing is, over the years, they changed their format and also their rules. So they said that we can take 2 times of the clinic. You can fail 2 times of clinical exam.
Theory exam, is
Theory,
it?
no.
I
This
mean,
is clinical.
clinical.
So once they
But
pass their theory, so they can sit for the clinical exam. The clinical exam is only valid for about 2 times. If they fail
the
the 2 times of the clinical, they need to resit back their theory
theory.
exam in part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the
Okay.
part 1 is actually the clinically is same, right? The clinically applied basic science, which is clinically applied, right?
Yes.
Is it the same
It's
structure?
still basic science. Yeah, it's
Mm,
basic science, and
mm,
also plus the clinical applied exam question. So it's not totally 100% of the basic science, but the thing is they do have a components of the clinical. But the thing is the component of the clinical that is not really much. But the trick is actually the question, and also how they relate the clinical with the basic science is actually things that running through with all the daily basis, and also what has the underlying science behind what we do in the daily basis. That's the so-called the clinical part of the clinical applied science, what they call
all right.
as. Okay, so
Yeah.
between
Dr.
the
Bati,
part 1 and also, yeah.
yeah, we are already taking supposed to be a bedtime, very relaxing, and now we are talking about exam. It should be stressful for the viewers, and
Yeah.
but actually, just a fun fact is just to make the discussion a bit lighter. I mean, just to bring out of the
Uh,
exam constraint. Actually,
uh,
when you look at the exam, it is a MMED, ONG, MOG stroke DR OB-GYN, because in UKM I think it is called doctorate in OB and gynae, right? Because
yeah.
do you notice that the exam MOG
Yeah.
stroke DR
Yes.
OBGYN?
Yes.
Okay, because UKM is using doctorate in OB-GYN. The rest of the other
Yes.
universities is using MH. They are in the
ML.
transcript of
Yeah.
certification. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, so this as a part of the training, the MOG trainee needs to fulfill all the logbook. And also this is just a snapshot of the logbook that we do have. So the timeline will be here. So if you see that in the MMED ONG, people say that this is the exit exam. Yes, it is exit exam because we said that this is the final exam for the to be a specialist. But the thing is, people do say that, oh, MRCOG is not an exit exam. That's why it is easy to pass, or the timeline is a bit shorter. So I'm not going to comment on that. But the thing is, what I'm going to do is actually I just lay out what are the difference. So in the MOG, or the Master in Medicine ONG, so you have a requirement of the 2 years as a houseman, and also after that you become an MO. And also after 1 year of having served as a MO, you can apply for the HLP. So if you pass or you are recruited in the program, so you have about 4 years to complete the program. So if you don't have any failure along the way, so you can complete within 7 years after your after you graduated from your medical school. So the gazettement will be 6 months. So after you graduate, it's actually the timeline is actually after you graduate from your medical school until you become a specialist is about 7.5 years. So back to MRCOG. So after you pass your housemanship training, so you can apply straight for your part 1. Even the part 1 MRCOG, the requirement is actually very leeway a bit. Is not that hard because the requirement for part 1 MRCOG is actually you need to be pass your medical school, and also you need to be in the system or in the program of the medicine, as a doctor. So right after you pass your medical school, once you start your works as a houseman, you can straight apply for the part 1 MRCOG. So, and also between part 1 and also part 2 MRCOG, it takes about 7 years the duration for you to pass part 2. So you have about 7 years from part 1 into part 2 to take the exam. So those people who are very brilliant, or they have a good orang kata nasib yang baik, after they have taken part 1, they can apply straight part 2. But the thing is, from part 2 into part 3 is actually the clinical exam. The requirement is you need to have 4 years in ONG training before you are taking part 3. This is applied for international candidate, okay, outside the UK, and also the rules also apply as in KKM. So you need to have 4 years training in ONG before you are being gazetted. The gazetted period will be the same, 6 months. Okay, so if you see back with my slides, okay, you see that Master Medicine, the training is about 7.5 years. So MRCOG, if you're brilliant enough, so you can get about 6.5 years. It's much more shorter. So we need to understand how's the UK training, because MRCOG, the curriculum, everything is based on the Royal College in UK. So this is the training in the UK. So they have the foundation year 1 and 2, and also they have a basic training, ST1 and ST2. They have the intermediate training, ST3 up to ST5. So before going to ST6, they need to pass their part 3 before they are going into the advanced training. So back towards our system, master program is actually equivalent to the UK training program. So, but the thing is, in Malaysia, we do recognize the Part 3 MRCOG or MRCOG holder as a specialist. That's make the things different. That's why people say that Part 3 is actually the entrance exam, and also the master program in Malaysia is actually the exit exam. So why the entrance exam, so-called the entrance exam, come into the picture? Because of in UK training program, the Part 3 MRCOG is the entrance into the advanced training program. Okay, so in MRCOG, so I just talk about straight towards the MRCOG track. So MRCOG training syllabus, everything in their website. So everything, if you want to know about MRCOG part 1, part 2 and part 3, and how's the exam, what is the curriculum, what is the syllabus, so everything inside their websites, and also is accessible and it's very good. Okay, so the component of the syllabus all includes in the 15 core syllabus that you need to master throughout the journey of your training. So every component will be asked in part 1, part 2, part 3, but in a different style and also different format. So I just have a glance through of the part 1 exam, part 2 and also part 3. So this is going to be a part 1. You have a paper 1 and paper 2. Part 1 MRCOG totally MCQ. Okay, so you don't have the essay component. Compared to master part 1, you do have the essay component. Okay, part 2 is still MCQ, EMQ and also SBA, no essay component. Okay, you have a paper 1 and also paper 2. Okay, so this is the division of the marks and also the syllabus. So they are more towards the diagnosis, investigation, management and epidemiology. Okay, compared to part 1, part 1 is more towards the basic science. Okay, part 3 is also is introduced as a part of the clinical exam. But the thing is, the clinical exam of part 3 is not the same as the part 2 clinical exam in master. Because why? Because they don't have the long case and also they don't have the examination component, examination towards the patient. Okay, that's make things different. So, but the intense part in the part 3 of MRCOG is actually they run the exam in a subsequent manner, means that you need to go through all the 14 station. They have the 14 station in one go. So you only have about 2 minutes preparation before going into the next station. And also one station lasted about 10 minutes. So to complete this circuit, you should take about 2.5 hours. It's very, very intense. And also the component or the things that they are assessing during the exam is actually on the patient safety, communication, information gathering, and also applied clinical knowledge. So what I see as a part 3 exam is actually more towards that what we are dealing in the clinics, our clinic basis, and also what we are dealing in our day-to-day time basis of our ward rounds. So these are the things that come into the picture of the station. So but the thing is, the preparation for part 3 is very, very different. I do agree that because the exam is run with a lot of center, and also we need to understand how's the UK system in ONG run. Okay, we cannot apply the Malaysian system of healthcare during the exam, but the thing is we need to understand how the UK system works, and also the way we communicate, the way we address certain issue. Some of it is slightly different, but the thing is to me is not much different, as we are going into the standard practice anyway. Okay, so MRCOG track Malaysia. So people say that MRCOG they don't have any logbook. Okay, as what I already show that master program we do have a logbook before we are sitting for the exam. Okay, so we need to complete all the logbook, because in the logbook there is all the details regarding the training that we already passed. Okay, but the thing is, this parallel pathway, the good news is actually Malaysia already under KKM with the head of the service, Dr. Ravi, and also all the people that is trying to enhance the parallel pathway. such as Dr. Luis and also Dr. Haris in Sarawak. Okay, they've come up with a good logbook for the MRCOG. And also this logbook is actually already started since this year. This is a new edition. They say that it's already started for this year. And also it is very, very comprehensive logbook. I would say that it's very, very good logbook. They have about 173 pages for all the training need to be recorded, and also all the training year need to be signed off by supervisor. So means that in the future, and also not in the future, at the current situation, the MRCOG parallel pathway people, they have a good record for their own training. Okay, so okay, that's the things that the different in term of the MRCOG and also in term of the master program, in term of the syllabus, in term of the what the
Dr. Fati?
yeah.
You want to entertain the question just now? We have a question. I can
Okay.
okay. For contract MO, should we go for MEDEX exam or MRCOG? Because as we know, we cannot go for master program. So what is the best advice? Yes. For them.
Okay, that's a good question.
We want to help them. Actually, we are the one actually need a help.
Okay. The thing is, I do understand that I already discussed with certain MO at the current junior MO lah, yang already passed their housemanship training, and also now they are still waiting for the permanent job. Okay, so at this moment, what my advice is actually you need to make your option open. Okay, if you see that because of the HLP, you cannot apply HLP with your contract status. That's a problem. So if you find that thing is very hard, and also if you think that it is very hard for you to be absorbed as a permanent job in ONG or in KKM, you need to think about other option. So I would say that we do have a lot of option in terms of the parallel pathway MRCOG, and also we do have a service job in the university hospital, because we do a lot of university hospital coming around. So you have the university hospital service part. It's not the lecturer part as a trainee.
I believe hospital for PUPM, and then you're going to have a hospital UITM. So
UITM, UIA. Yeah, that's another one option for them. Okay, to go to and also to explore, because I'm not going to be a bias, but the thing is, I do feel that yes, you have a hard time to find a permanent job. But the thing is, you need to look around what is the option, okay, for you in the future. So if you think that you don't want to waste your time, okay, waiting for the something that is not certain whether you got or you not get your permanent job, so why not you just proceed with whatever chances that you have. Okay, so looking at this master level, in looking at the Malaysia situation at the moment, I would say that okay lah, you have your MRCOG, you can take your MRCOG. Why not you just take the MRCOG if you have a time, and also you have the chances to go for it while waiting for so-called master program. Okay, but the thing is, those who want to be in the master program for some sort of reason, so you still can continue. But the thing is, you need to think back again. Anything can happen in the future. Okay, my time will be more different with the current time, and also we are not sure about another 2 or 5 years time how the system is going to be. Okay, so the contract system, I'm not going to blame what is the contract system, why we implement the contract system. But the thing is, if we think back in the overseas system, all the overseas system is actually run by the contract basis. So they don't have the permanent job there. So even after the housemanship, okay, housemanship training is most of the time is a compulsory. But the thing is, after you complete your houseman training, you need to apply job as a MO or SHO. Ataupun if in the UK system, you need to apply in the training system. So the training system is actually not lasted for, okay lah, it's lasted for 7 years. Okay, some of the training system is only lasted for about 5 years. So after that 5 years, you need to apply back again. Even up to until the consultant job also is still a contract basis. But the thing is, it's a long-term contract basis. So the contract basis job or the contract system is not something new to be implemented in Malaysia, but the thing is it actually has been run many years in overseas, even in the first world country. So there is a benefit and also there is a drawback. But the thing is, once it's being implemented in Malaysia, so people see it as some problem with that for those who want to pursue in their master training or in their specialty training. But the thing is, we need to understand how we want to play with it. So as why my advice is actually, my advice is
can help you do that. With the Malaysian system, integrate it, how you can apply for contract in the training, then up to the consultant post. Later on, we have to.
So I think in the future they also will look into how they want to get the master student in the contract basis people, doctors. So I think that one will be in the future. Okay.
Okay, so then we are talking about this program difference. What about the fees? Because I believe in the next near future, there are going to be more options for non-HLP, which I hope so, because we have more contract MOs in the system. I'm not sure how they are going to go about with the HLP, and maybe they will create a non-HLP portion for those in contract. Then what about the fees? If you look into the fees to pay MRCOG and also MOG.
Okay. Back to my screening. Back to my screen. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, for the fees, I would say that HLP, easy to say that because master program, you need to have your beasiswa or scholarship. So everything is being funded, okay? But the thing is, the amount of the fees is actually about 350K. So this is master program. So during my time, it was about 160, 170K for the 4 years. But now it already raised the fees because of the cost. So the total cost for the program is 350K. And also duration to complete is 7 years. But the thing is, those who fail in certain semester, they need to pay their fees. Okay, so the HLP is only covered for 4 years. So those who fail means that they need to extend their year. So the remaining year extension, they need to subsidize themselves. So each semester is cost about 4 to 6K. This is the fees, okay? It's the exam fees and also the semester fees. So but the thing is, all your gaji, everything semua still berjalan lah. Okay, so for MRCOG, okay, MRCOG Malaysia is under band A country, which is rich country so-called. Okay, so for part 1 is amount £550, part 2 also £550, part 3 is £800. Okay, I already convert all this pound into Malaysian ringgit, so about 3,000 and also 4,000. So relatively, if we calculate the cost, yes, it's very cheap compared to master program. But the thing is, one of point that we need to consider is actually whether we can pass in one go or not. Okay, some people need to take about 2 or 3 times part 1, and also 2 or 3 times part 2, and also 2 or 3 times part 3 before they are complete everything. Okay, but this will be incurred in their total cost. So relatively, if we are not doing okay, so the cost will be quite the same as a master. Okay, but in MRCOG, we do have the annual fees for the membership. Okay, it cost about 1,400 ringgit. So compared to master, once you pass your master, you doesn't need to pay anything. Okay, so it's everything. Your master is valid until your life. But in MRCOG, you need to pay for the membership fees. Otherwise, you still valid as a member of the Royal College, but the thing is, your name is actually not being activated in their system. Okay.
You couldn't get the MRCOG later on after 10 years.
Yes,
of,
yes. After 10 years also, yeah, exactly. They will look into the how good you pay with their annual fees. So if you are not good with that, so it's so hard for you to apply for FRCOG fellowship.
Okay, then this is about when we talk about maybe a bit of tips to pass either of the exam.
Okay, a tip to pass. Yeah.
If give me chance, I wouldn't take the exam again and again.
Exactly.
It was really a traumatizing experience.
Yeah. Okay. I think I want to ask Dr. Karia as well about the master. What is your tips?
Tips. Okay. What I did was I always had my study group, because there's a lot of topics, a lot of things that you have to cover. You can't it is not possible to cover it alone. So I always have a good group of study group, and the each of the member will help to prepare, and it is because this is a master program for me. I had only MOG. I didn't take MRCOG because maybe I don't have, tak ada jodoh lah dengan MRCOG lah. So all the way I'm a MOG. Dr. Fatih brilliant, can pass both. Then there are a lot of things in the study. One is you have to read sometimes not only your textbook, then you have to do your rounds and also your patient bedside, taking histories. This is like you pass your last time your medical school, same, but then you have extra input of maturity of thinking, which you need to grow during your training program, and you need to read input from the journals, you need input from different textbooks, and also the discussion. And I always remember about because maybe I'll be a bit biased because I never had chance with MRCOG, and the structure a bit different last time for me with this with my other friend who was taking MRCOG. It's always like when we presenting our case to our lecturer, he will say that still not mature enough. I don't understand where are the maturity that they want us to show. We have quoted some in our presentation, we quoted our study that we read, we quoted some journal. This is not mature. But what they want is actually the 10-step thinking as being a specialist, because later on you're going to be on yourself, on your own. So when you have a problem to troubleshoot, it's more about troubleshooting. What is the step you want to see? Your step of thinking 10 steps ahead, especially in the clinical part. And of course, I would say that was the most difficult time of all when studying, because I think most of us, when we are becoming a postgrad student, we already are, maybe we are already married with children, and that's why you need all the supports around you. Okay, I think we have a question and we need to address a question. Can admin put up again the question?
Okay, I think I can read that. Okay, for degree scholar, they have 10 years contract if they take master in the 5th year of service. Then after gazettement, meaning they have 5 years contract degree plus 7 years master, 12 years. It's not actually going to be like that. Sometimes you can make the master service is actually overlap with your undergrad.
Yep.
So it's not something that is you cannot overlap, because you are still serving in the government. So you actually can apply for the overlapping actually.
Okay, last time during my years, I'm not sure because now there's so many updates. We had a different of a master's student who are a holder of a HLP, and also another one is a CBBP. HLP is hadiah latihan persekutuan. CBBP is cuti belajar bergaji penuh. and we have a different structure of contract as well. Those who are applying for HLP, they call it out campus, where we spend 2 years in the KKM service and 2 years in the university hospital. We call it out campus, and there are so candidates who are sitting 4 years, all the 4 years in the university setting. That was actually CB for those who are out campus, and those HLP holders only bound for 5 years, and they are the one who allowed for overlapping. But those who are actually CBBP, their service stops because all being service being transferred to the university for a while. So that is the one who stopped. But I'm not sure what is the trend now. It was like I passed about 6 years ago. So I'm not sure what is the current trend. So last time mine was overlapping because I was a HLP holder. And our contract is 5 years. And the CBBP had 7 years contract.
Okay, now I think I heard that contract is between 5 to 7 years for the master program, and also for MRCOG because everything is self-funded, so they don't have that certain rules for the contracts after the gazettement. But the thing is, due to the training purpose, the MRCOG Parallel Pathway Committee also, they are trying to suggest, I think in the future, they will have about 2 years contract for the MRCOG holder. So you need to serve for the government for at least 2 years for gazettement and also for the service. Okay, so that's the thing. That's why I think the rules is already changing, and also it's very fast changing. So compared to my time as well, I don't have any. I do have only HLP and also PLAB for the masters, and also I don't come across the things that Dr. Khairiyah got. Okay, so back to the tips and tricks. I like your words as a maturity. Yes, I understand, and also I do agree that in master we are trained to be matured in terms of decision making, in terms of getting the knowledge, and also in terms of harboring any information, the new information or the old information. So frankly said that what helped me in my MRCOG is actually my master training. So I cannot bring, and also I cannot think those who are only taking the MRCOG pathway, because they will have some sort of difficulty in terms of guidance in their thinking, in terms of how they want to approach certain cases, certain situation. Yes, in MRCOG, we do a lot of training by courses, by the you can pay for your exams, you can pay for your courses online, you can attend a lot of courses in UK or in the regional basis. But the thing is, having said that, to understand the system in the UK is very hard if we are not in their system or we don't have experience in the system. So, but the thing is, things can be learned. I'm not saying that, oh, it's very hard to get MRCOG or because the system will be different. But the thing is, you can learn about the system. But the thing is, in terms of the maturity thinking, it takes times, and also it need guidance. So, in terms of the tips and tricks, I do agree with Dr. Khairiyah. You need to have a friends, you need to have good friends, you need to work together. And also, as a person, I like to take the advantage of this time in terms of the advice. I say that we have a lot of things around us, okay, as a trainee and also as a human. Okay, we have a family, we have our own time. You need to schedule your time, you need to arrange your time for studying. Okay, whatever it is, you take MRCOG or you take a master. So master is to me is more intense because everything need to be followed their syllabus, and also if you cannot take your break, okay, because the time for the master is running. MRCOG, yes, for those people who are thinking that they can manage their own time very well, so they can take MRCOG. But the thing is, the good thing about MRCOG is that if you have a bad time today, you can skip tomorrow, okay? You can take a break for 1 month without anyone know or without any notice, okay? But the thing is, in master program, if you have any bad day today, you still keep on continuing your training, okay? So that's the intense part of the master program. So by whatever it is, whatever you take, we still as a human, so you need to balance between as a trainee and also as a human. So you need to arrange for your holiday, you need to arrange for your family time, you need to arrange for your time with your friends, and also everything involves money. People say that, oh, MRCOG.
For the MRCOG, they have the limit number to take MRCOG paper. How many times? You have
Okay,
any limit?
part 1 to part 2, they need to take they can have 6 time exam for part 1. And also part 2, they can take about 6 time. If they fail, so they can fail up to until 5 time. Okay, part 3, you need to complete your part 3 after you pass part 2. But the thing is, the validity for part 3, if not mistaken, is about 4 times. 4 times or 5, 4 times or 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing is, the problem with the part 3 is actually those who want to work in UK or those who want to be trained in the UK, you need to pass within the certain numbers of exam. Maknanya is a certain numbers of trial. So you cannot like macam fail banyak kali, because if you fail more than certain time, you cannot being registered or being trained in the UK. If for those who want to work in the UK lah in the future. But the thing is, for those who are not thinking of working in the UK, so you can take whatever many times as what you wish lah, up to their own limit. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so the words of things for all the candidates, you have a lot of things. Ada orang cakap kena jadi energetic lah, kena jadi orang very efficient lah, kena jadi brilliant lah. I don't think that a bit like in the master program or in MRCOG, in the professional exam, being brilliant is not one of the key factor for you to pass the exam or to be a specialist. I think that's not right things to be or to aim for, because in the professional exam, whatever we take in the future, is going to be an adult learning. So the learning will be so different. If before this undergraduate level, so we are being spoon-fed. Okay, we are being given a lot of examples and also a lot of opportunity to pass. Okay, so but the thing is, having in the working environment is about adult learning. So the virtues or the things that we need to aim for or we need to instill in ourselves is actually all the good virtues. You need to be very confident. You need to believe yourself. You need to have your own happiness. You need to help each other. Okay, keep your health good. Okay, you need to motivate yourself. Okay, so that's the things. The advice from me.
Because we are actually already running for 50 seconds, 52
Oh.
seconds more than that.
Oh, okay. My last
do you
word.
have any final words?
Okay, my final word is actually as doctors, I think we cannot still comfortable. You cannot stay comfortable at the moment. You need to proceed. You need to aim whatever you want in the future. So you need to take something to improve yourself, whatever it is. So you want to take master, just go ahead. You want to take MRCOG, just go ahead. And also be very perseverance in anything that you want to take. Okay, don't seems that thinking that, oh, you are brilliant, you can take a lot. No, it's not actually like that, because we are totally different, and also our environment will be totally different. Okay, that's my last word. Okay, but the thing is, have a good aim and also go for it and also try to plan for your future. Okay. So from Dr. Kalia.
Alright. I think already arriving at our last final minutes, and when we are a bit overboard, and I hope this information would be beneficial to those viewers out there looking for information to further their study in ONG as a becoming an ONG specialist. And for the contract MOs, I know this is a hard time. Even I might not be comfortable enough to encourage my own children to do OEG at this time because of all the a bit of the mess in this current time. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, we feel for you. Don't think that you are alone. All the contract MOs, we with the heart health empowerment and reform team. Of course, we are trying to find ways, and if we could be a larger voice. To help out, even to to propose what is the better contract system, as if like what the NHS UK ways, where you have to every part you have actually bring a more extensive contract kind of system. Okay, I think that's all from us, Dr. Fatih.
Yep.
Don't forget to join the next webinar, which is Road to MMED, which is Internal Medicine or also versus MRCP. The island, I think MRCP, uh, UK together, right? Or Ireland?
This one island.
At the same time. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Okay. Thank you everyone.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay. Assalamualaikum.